Hello my beautiful people, and welcome to your weekly guidance, and this is for the week of the 10th through to the 16th of February. So what have we got going on this week? That big full moon in Leo was on the 8th, 9th, depending where you are in the world, so we'll be starting to feel a shift coming in this week now. So join me, Julie, on the sofa with Oscar. Get yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, get yourself comfy. Let's see what we've got going on for this week. Right, settle down now. Settle down. Mummy's working. All right, my lovely people, thank you for joining me for your weekly reading. Let's see what we've got going on. What's the main energy, please? This is a general read for all signs. It talks about the energy for this week. All right, so what a way to start. 10 of Cups. What a lovely way to start this week. Yeah, we can really feel the shift after that big full moon, even though I'm recording it before it, but I can feel what's coming. So my angels are telling me it's the beginnings of the the beginnings of the end. What do you mean by the beginnings of the end? Okay, we've got Page of Coins. What they're talking about is the last residual bits from last year now sort of really pushing through, and this, it feels lighter, it feels, yeah, it feels more of a flow, it feels more like something good is coming. How exciting. Now, yeah, we want to look at what's coming in, but we also want to be focused on the now. You've got 2 of Cups as well, bottom of the deck. We've got 2 here. We've got the 5 of Swords with the Judgment. Okay, that's where we're stopping with those cards. We'll add some in from some of the other decks in a moment. So where are we starting? Okay, the overall energy. 10 of Cups. This is family, home, togetherness, happiness. This is a sense of, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I'm working towards. This is what I'm trying to achieve. This lovely sense of, oh, within my heart, a fulfilled energy, a completion. It definitely feels like a completion. It feels, okay, even, all right, wait a minute. She's just chatting in my ear. Even if this doesn't hit this week into actuality, please know that this is what is on its way. The law of attraction works that you send out what you want and then it starts to come towards you. Now, very often there are many different steps involved in that. Serendipity. Things have to shift and change on many levels within you, but also within the steps that would take to bring it to you. Right, let me explain. Okay, so let's imagine you want a new job and you've said to the universe, bring me a better job with better pay, with that's going to make me more fulfilled and more happy. And the universe says, okay, we're on it. And that is that kind of energy, right? Now, for that to actually come into the real world, your actuality, somebody else whose job you're going to get has also got to decide they're leaving to create that space. So their job's got to be put in place. Then they go. Then that is advertised, and then you apply, and then it goes in. Do you see? There's many, many steps. I talk about this a lot in my my first angel book, Angel on My Shoulder. If you don't quite understand how the universe works, maybe have a little look at that. All right. So they're saying that this is, you're moving towards this now, my darlings. You're moving towards this sense of completion, whether it's in a job or a home or a relationship. It's already now begun. Now, it came with the Page of Coins. Hold on a minute, I'm a bit croaky today. See how when you talk for a living, you got to keep the throat lubricated. All right, Page of Coins. Pages, again, new beginnings. Something beginning fresh here, something new beginning relating to security and or money. Can be both, can be one or the other. But this is, when we got an earth card like the Page of Pentacles here, this is about the solidity, the stability underneath you, feeling grounded and solid, and something new and something good coming in and coming towards you, which is what we want. Sorry about that, guys. I had to pause the video because there was somebody at the door. All right, so we've got this Two of Cups coming in. This is love, connections, romance, relationships, a sense of connection with you and something or somebody else. Now, when I say something, yes, you've got the two minds meeting here. But we can connect with our job, we can connect with our home, we can connect with an environment where it feels I belong here, that I fit, I'm a round peg in a round hole. It feels like something new is coming in to enable me to feel this sense of belonging and connection. Now, many people feel at times in their life, and sometimes for a long time in their life, I don't fit anywhere, nobody gets me. And that creates a sense of isolation and loneliness. What we've got this week with all of this energy is this sense of belonging. That's what I'm feeling really strongly. You're starting to feel like life makes sense, that your place in the world makes sense, that what is going on makes sense. That's what I'm getting really strongly. It's like things are finally starting to make sense. So where perhaps you've had a lot of struggle, a lot of difficulty where it didn't make any sense, you know, what is going on? That now it starts to, penny dropping, the aha moments are starting to come in. Now, part of this is allowing these two, the Five of Swords and the Judgment card. Five of Swords is conflict, difficulties, challenges, very often within yourself, and the Judgment card is that moving out of that space. Now, the energy through January, the Capricorn energy was quite heavy and intense, and it started to lift as we came into Aquarius season a couple of weeks ago. But the last couple of weeks has been a bit of a head spin for many people. Now, when I say a head spin, it's kind of indecisive, don't know what I want. What is it I want? How can I make that happen? Oh, I could do this, I could do that. There's been a little bit of a chaotic energy. It felt like a chaotic energy. And there still feels a little bit of that present. All right, now what's gone on is that this chaotic, what shall I do, is part of this. All right, this is our dreams and hopes. This is our happy ever after, right? So what is my happy ever after? So as you identified it, which has been over the last few weeks, right, that what it's created is a lot of internal confusion about, well, how can I do that? If I did this, I could do that, but then that would make that. And there's all of that kind of to-ing and fro-ing. It's certainly been happening for me, a lot of my clients. It's an energy a lot of other readers are talking about, and I completely agree. I was watching Ruby Reads Tarot the other day. You should check it out. And she was talking the same thing about the new moon. This chaotic, what should I do? And it's all part of getting you to that point, all right? If I've got a dream, if I've got a goal, like I have, to buy my own house, how am I going to do that when I've only got 10 years left to be able to get a mortgage? How does that work? Which is the best way for me to go? That sort of energy, you know, if I want a new job, how do I, is it worth me going to college for a couple of years, getting extra qualifications, because then it pays out in the longer term? But what about now? There's been a lot of that. I don't know if you can relate to this. If you can, you know what I'm talking about. If you had not been in that head spin, great, well done. So that is moving out this week. Oh, thank you, God. Because you have been able to come to that decision. You've got that clarity now. You've made that choice and decision about long-term versus short-term, and whether it's worth a shortcut or go the long way round, which is the best way for you. If that's been playing out in your world and causing some sleepless nights, or causing a little bit of discourse, a little bit of like, oh, I'm feeling not quite grounded here, a little bit of all over the place, this is moving out now. It's with the Judgment card. So we're rising up out of that inner conflict. We've made our mind up. We've made our decisions. We know what we want, and we've let some things go. Okay, so let's just, she's saying, giving me those words, letting it go. This sense of drop it, let go, step away, move back. Because when we've got maybe 5, 6, 7 different options, we feel them, each of them, look at all of the ways they could play out, and then we just make our decision and we drop the others, coming into the decision on one. So as we come into this week of the 10th, it feels like, yeah, I've dropped it now. The confusion has dropped away. The head spin has dropped away. And yeah, somebody else described it a little bit more bluntly as a head, you know, that instead of a head spin, but you know, same sort of energy. But that's the way it's felt. That's moving out now. That's moving out and away. So let's have a look what the wisdom of the oracle want to add. So as I look at these 5 cards together, it's enabling that moving out of any confusion that you've had, any of that head spin energy, moving out, and now moving you solidly towards that 10 of Cups. Okay, so yay. Yay! What's the advice then for my beautiful people, please? What's the advice? Something isn't for you, all right? So, yeah, not for you. We'll have a look at that now. So, yeah, when we make decisions, something that isn't right for you needs to fall away. And they're bringing it out with the here and now. All right, so what does this mean? If you've been trying to make decisions that are based on where you're going to be in 2, 3, 5 years' time, rather than now, then it isn't for you. All right, let me explain. If you've decided that I'm going to suffer now in order to have my happiness in 3 to 5 years, then it's saying it's not for you. Whilst we can make goals and aspirations for the future, it shouldn't be at the cost of the now. All right, let me explain. Right. It's discernment about, hold on, how to explain this. Yes, we have goals, we have aspirations. Yes, we should set them, have our visions, use our imaginations, create. And sometimes that means that we've got to work hard now in order to achieve them. That we choose to do that hard work in order to achieve them. And we have to be disciplined, self-disciplined, motivated to do that. Now, when that's the case, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But what this is talking about is if I'm making so many sacrifices now for my perceived future that I'm miserable and I am in a really difficult, more than difficult, horrible place in order to pay for the future, they're saying no. They're saying no. No, no, no. Balance it up with the here and now. If it feels good for you, we make it so complicated, and my angel's just saying, strip it back, strip it bare. If it feels good, all right, even if I've got to go without a little bit now in order for the future, but it feels right and it feels good, then it's for me. If it fills my heart with dread of how much I'm going to have a really terrible quality of life now in order to have a good quality of life in 3 to 5 years, then it's not for you. They want you to look at the here and now. There's a difference between self-discipline to do something that really feels right in your heart and being miserable as sin. Okay, so feel it. What you've dropped, it feels as if this is what you've dropped. Okay, that's where the head spin has been in. You know, should I, shouldn't I? Is it worth it? As you drop that, then there is this sense of relief, and then we can move forward in the here and now, but towards the goals with a spring in our step and a lightness in our heart. Quite intense messages. This is what I mean about the head spin. It's been quite a turbulent time of You know, what is right for you? It's all part of this year of 2020, which is foundations and connections. What are you connecting with? Who are you connecting with? Does it give you a solid foundation now and next year? Or does it wobble your foundation to the core in order to have a strong foundation in the future? Well, you know, we might not even be here in the future. We need to make sure that we are focused on the now and doing what feels right. All that glitters is not gold. If you've been working towards this thing in the future that you perceive will bring you this wonderful foundation, will it, or will it wobble the foundation? This is asking you to really dig deeper, to help you make those decisions. Is it gold, or is it tin masquerading as gold? Is it a mask of what I think is going to make me happy, but actually it's not? So it's drilling down, it's looking at it from every angle, which isn't easy. It's about getting out of your head and into your heart. And for many of you, it's unfinished at the moment. Unfinished symphony means unfinished business. We're not quite there yet. So it's this week, as you're moving through this week, you're still in a little bit of this, should I, shouldn't I, which is the best decision, which way to go. It is going to fall away. You are going to come out of this and out the other side. But when you do, there will be such a decisiveness, such a, yep, I've worked that through to death and I know where I am now and I know what I'm doing. So then we can finish that off and leave it behind, all right? Where am I going? I want an energy card and an angel card, and then I think we are done. So quite an interesting week. It's not heavy, but it is, I wouldn't say intense either, but it does feel as if things are being pulled, excuse me, pulled away so that you can see what's really important. It's about prioritizing, discerning what's really important. What I thought was important may not be. I want these two. We've got the Angel of Love and we've got the second chakra. Okay. So I want to bring this in with the Two of Cups. Whatever we're connecting with, as we sift through our options and choices, desires and dreams, whatever we're connecting with, we need to be, this is the advice, connecting with love. So it's coming from the heart, not from the head or any sense of lack. It's coming from that feels right, and it's giving it wings, it's giving it an engine, it's giving it a rocket, it's giving it the power to move it forward. But it also needs to come from a creative place. The second chakra, this is your sacral chakra. This is your sense of creativity, femininity, intuition, instincts. So are you creating something from the heart that is flowing? That is the advice. So when you're making these choices and discernments, feel it. Is it coming from here or here? Is it in a creative flow, or is it stagnant? Because this is what we want it to be. This is the advice for you, my darlings. I'm going to finish off with an angel card. It's quite an in-depth, intense, she keeps correcting, not intense, just a clearing, she's saying, a clearing of options and choices that are not for you, which is why we've got that not for you choice, okay? Some of you, like me, could have come into this year with ideas of what you want, and as you drill into them, you realize it's going to weaken your foundation, not strengthen it. Then they fall away. Bottom of the deck, I've got believe. Believe is a trust, a faith, believing in you first and foremost, believing in that you will make the right decision, you will allow to fall away what doesn't really serve you, and the universe has your back. That this energy that feels a little bit chaotic is just literally separating the wheat from the chaff, what can go, what can stay, so that what is staying is so right for you, coming from the heart and a creative place. The universe has your back, the angels have your back, God has your back, and you are loved. All right, my darlings, I hope that helps give you some guidance, inspiration, information for this week of the 10th of February. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm putting this up today, which is the 6th, and tomorrow on the 7th, your March readings will be going live. So if you haven't seen them yet, pop along to my channel and you will see all the March readings for all of the signs, including an extended if you're interested in that. All right, my lovely people, thank you so much for joining me. Lots of love, my heart to yours. Bye bye.